Hello everyone, this is Bebe Davis, publisher and founder of 1021 Magazine. You got the good news intro, the good vibes, and I wanted to take a moment just to let you all know that we will be putting up the highlights of the inaugural on the official Instagram, but we wanted to talk a little bit about what we're hearing now that President Biden is the new president, and then you have Madam Kamala Harris, Vice President. We love the transition thus far, but as with anything, we do try to be, as much as we can, fair and balanced, and always with integrity. It's a lot of partisan that is still being played when you're talking about should they or should they not, the vote upon, the vote not upon, the stalemates of impeaching former Donald Trump in the presidential chair. Should he be impeached twice? And already you're getting some pushback, playing politics, all of that. But one thing that I do want people to keep in mind as we do these quick segments here with y'all is that you cannot, and not just him and his inciting, but you cannot ignore that at the end of the day, when the Capitol was breached, everybody was on the same level of life being threatened and the democracy being challenged in such a disrespectful way. Our enemies abroad did not forget, and our enemies within, who have nothing to do with this, but that the enemies within have not forgotten. And though you can hold the American terrorists accountable, you have to hold the leader accountable as well, in my very strong opinion, because of the insightfulness. We're hearing foolishness that it isn't enough that he didn't win. You're playing. That's what you call playing politics. When you incite people to go and storm the Capitol, and again, we always say what it was before anyone else, we called it American terrorism. It was well thought out, sinister, very well planned. The scaling of the walls. And then we saw that these people were a part of being very well familiar in doing that. You must send a message. Because I can tell you right now, myself as a political science major, a political analyst and enthusiast, and coming from a political public figure family, I have friends on both sides and somewhere in the middle. And many say, this does not represent us as a Republican Party. And this is not it. And if you look back at the echelons, this is nothing that the Republican Party would stand for. Wrong is wrong. But also, too, the Democrats have been known to show many signs of weaknesses. You cannot show signs of weaknesses. You need to make sure that you do what you need to do. If this doesn't go through, at least you can say that you tried, but it would be shameful upon America, because this is not the love of your country or democracy. This is what it was. American terrorism on American soil by those who say they are proud Americans. And you're not going to change people's minds if they think that it's a rigged election. It is. Just like we know now that Trump had interference in his election. But what you can do, Republicans, they seem to always stick more together, even through their wrongs. Democrats, what you have to do, you have to stick together. And if you don't get that impeachment, then you're going to have to enact and pull rank for that 25th Amendment. And in that 25th Amendment, that means to make sure he never gets back in office to do this again. And it's not so much him or anyone else. It sends a message to anyone else who is of that agenda, that there will be consequences to be paid. We want